Pinch punch, it's the first of the month. I'm FX Blue and this is the market brief. So it's September and that means furlough ends at the end of this month. We've still got about 1.8 million workers on furlough, and whilst most are at least working some hours, there is a growing feeling that withdrawing the support will mean that at best many SMEs will have to cut headcount to survive, and at worst many businesses will fail. But Sunak has ignored calls for a longer, more gradual withdrawal. All his sums are based on a September 30th endpoint, and any extension would mean that his budget, which is now due for delivery in January, would have to be completely re-evaluated. Evidently not something he's prepared to entertain. New mortgage approvals have fallen. That's after the stamp duty holiday ended. The bubble that scheme created has ended almost as soon as it began. And consumer borrowing also fell. Data confirmed that would-be borrowers used cash that has been built up during lockdown to pay down their mortgages, no doubt driven by the fear that mortgage costs will start to rise once the Bank of England begin to tighten interest rates. That said, of course, any such effects should be delayed due to the fixed term element of most mortgage loans. In the market, things haven't quite picked up again yet, partly held back by the residual summer lull, and partly with the market sitting on its hands ahead of non-farm payrolls on Friday. Sterling drifted against the dollar yesterday. We hit 137.50. But fear not though, even if non-farms doesn't quite kick things off, a bit of volatility should return once all the central banks pick up their advanced guidance again when their monthly meetings resume later in September. Over in the US, it seems like Powell's reappointment isn't quite as nailed on as perhaps we first thought. He's entitled to rate his stimulus efforts as a success, especially as it looks like the Fed will start tapering before any other major central bank. However, there is a growing number in Congress, mostly Liberal Democrats, who don't feel enough has been done to drive the economy going forwards, that see him as a conservative member of Trump's inner circle who needs to be replaced. I think Powell could be forgiven for not prioritising issues on climate change or systemic risk as much as getting through the pandemic, but apparently that view isn't shared by all of Congress. While that's going on in the background, he still has to balance inflation and employment and put a plan together over the timing of tapering. It's tough at the top, isn't it? Right, let me just navigate this bit. In the market, there we go. The dollar index tested support around 92.40 yesterday, and we closed around 92.65. Euro dollar opened around the 118 point this morning. And that's it. Out of the tunnel, and we're done for the day. Have a great day. Join me again tomorrow.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FX Blue.